Hello everybody and welcome to another MX Bikes video, and today boys we're going to be talking about what happened in IRL Supercross this weekend at Anaheim 1. Obviously it was very eventful, the track was super gnarly, and so I just want to talk about the results, kind of give my 2 cents on what I think is going to happen in the future. And yeah, before we get into it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join my Discord. We're almost at 400 members. Alright, we're getting there, slowly but surely. But yeah, we're on the old Anaheim one. This is 2022 version. But obviously Oakland is on Saturday. I can't wait for the race, man. It's going to be a mudder, most likely. It's like a 90% chance at this point. I don't know if you guys have seen pictures of it, but it's a complete mud hole. So that sucks. Supercross is not a sport that does well in the mud. It's very boring. I've been to a mud race in real life before in Seattle. It's just not fun for anyone. But the results can get shaken up, which is always great, right? I don't want to see Tomac win the next 8 rounds and the championship's over. You know what I mean? I want to see things get shaken up. I want to see bikes break down. I want to see people, like Tomac get like 8th, and I want to see dudes like freaking, I don't know, AP win or something. You know what I mean? Like, the mud does shake things up. It's not the most entertaining to watch. But, yeah. So this weekend, let me get into it, right? Jet Lawrence obviously won 250. I don't want to talk about 250s too much. It was fairly predictable. Obviously the Forkner crash, horrible. Hated to see that. I hope he's okay, but it is not looking good from what I've heard. Pierce Brown, I think, has a tailbone injury, but he should be back for Oakland, maybe. I don't know. So I think he's good, which is awesome. I think that's it for crashes in 250s, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, those were 2 very scary crashes, especially the Forkner one. That was nuts. He didn't even make it to the first corner, but obviously with his luck, I mean, kind of expected it, sadly. But man, he looked good. He looked good too. That does suck. But yeah, Jet Lawrence won the main, and I think Hampshire second, McAdoo third. So McAdoo kind of had the same ride as Sexton, which I'll get into a little bit later. But a guy that's very quick and just made silly mistakes in the main event. I think a lot of people overthink it at A1. The track was gnarly, but I think it just makes guys overthink, and right, you're getting back into the sport. It's first time on the gate, on a Supercross gate in 9 months or whatever. It's definitely tricky, so I can understand that. There's a few guys that did that over the way. I think Anderson did it, Craig did it. A lot of guys just didn't perform well. Even though McAdoo got third, it's not bad, but I think McAdoo honestly could have contended with Jet. I don't think Jet had to really try at all on that track. So, yeah, Jet, RJ, McAdoo. I think Volan got 4th, or no, it was Oldenburg. Oldenburg got 4th. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Oldenburg. That's crazy. Mitchell Oldenburg. I don't even know what bike he's on. It's some type of Honda team, but dude's quick. He beat Kitchen, beat Volan, beat Nicoletti actually beat Robertson. That's kind of crazy. Nicoletti, bro, that old man. Dude's still got some horsies in him, but yeah, 250 is pretty uneventful, nothing crazy, as expected. Obviously, the crashes were kind of crazy, but yeah. Let's talk about 450s, because that was insanity. I had Malcolm Stewart getting 3rd. That was my prediction. It was for Sexton to win, Anderson would get 2nd, and then Malcolm Stewart would get 3rd. So I did predict the Malcolm Stewart breakout. You know what I'm saying? It's not really, 3rd isn't really a breakout, but with the stacked field, even him getting 3rd would be crazy. But yeah, he led laps, obviously neutral on the tabletop. That sucked, but Tomac, man, I think Tomac was going to win this race either way. I mean, if he didn't crash, obviously he would have won by a mile. But Tomac's scary. He is. I think Sexton's faster than him. I think the track just really got in Sexton's head. And he just made some mistakes, cased some jumps, and I think he's just like, all right, like, I need to not be an idiot like I was last year. I need to actually stay up, not crash. And he played the safe game, and there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, you don't want to let Tomac win, but it is what it is. Webb got 2nd. Webb had easily the best ride of the night, to the checkered flag. Obviously, Mookie finished in 2nd. That would be nuts, but Webb just went for it the entire time. He didn't get a great start. I think he might have made a mistake towards the beginning, and he just worked his way up. And I mean, that's the Cooper Webb we know, the guy that's consistent. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He gets around guys quickly. He doesn't wait. If we can see Cooper do that all season, which I'm still skeptical of, I don't think that Cooper Webb's back by any means. He's going to have to prove it, you know. Anaheim 1, we all know there's some guys that show up at Anaheim 1, and they never show up again. So he's got to prove it. Ferrandis got 4th, which, I mean, I'm just not surprised. I think Ferrandis is fast. I mean, everyone knows he's fast. It's just when that gauge drops, he really just isn't the same as he is in qualifying or on the practice track. So if he can get good starts, which he did in the main, then he's going to do good this year. I could see him winning maybe one main event. It's going to be tough, but he's definitely going to podium a few times, and so not too surprised there. Obviously, Kenny got 5th. Colt Nichols with a 6th is unbelievable. He should be very proud of himself there. Obviously, first 450 race. Coming off that gnarly injury last year in A1. Dude just real consistent. You know, it's a very quiet 6th place finish, but, I mean, that's all you got to do. He's in the hunt. You know what I'm saying? Anderson got 7th. Obviously made a bunch of mistakes in qualifying. Just all day, he looked fast. He just doesn't have the consistency. It's not there yet. And he's just a wild man, you know? You can't really contain him. When he's on, he's on. Obviously, last year we saw that, so hopefully we can see that this year. But I am obviously very skeptical now and kind of scared that, you know, that's a guy that honestly I think could win the championship. I think Sexton's going to win the championship, but I think Anderson could be right there. You know what I'm saying? So that's interesting. AP got 8th. It's just a normal ride for him. Cirola got 9th, which I think that's a great ride for Adam. Some people are going to disagree. He bit it in practice badly in the whoops. So he's probably I mean, you gotta realize, and he almost died in the first corner too of the main. He almost freaking tucked the front. He got like a speed wobble. So I think he was probably shaking in his boots there, but a top 10 is still very good with this field because behind him you still got Sabachi, Barsha, obviously. Who, man, I hope Barsha can just keep getting out front early. Keep flustering these dudes, man. They're scared of Barsha, dude. And Barsha's a wild man. You know what I'm saying? He's super fun to watch ride. He's just entertaining. You know what I mean? He's easily the most entertaining guy in the 450 class. I could say the same about Freezy. So maybe it's not saying much, but hey, it's fun to watch. All right. Musquin got 12th. Craig got 13th. Horrible race by Craig. I watched the YouTube video they posted. He bit it in practice. I mean, just, it's A1. It's a gnarly track. He needs to get out safe. Obviously, 13th. You know, horrible position for him. But he finished. All right, he finished the race. You didn't have to sit it out. He got it done. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a new bike. And it's A1. You get nervous, gnarly track. So, is what it is. Then we got Dean Wilson 14th. Justin Hill got 15th, which I'm pretty sure, if my facts are correct, Justin Hill actually retired a while ago, became a sheriff or something like that, an officer, and then he just said, I want to race. So that's insane that Justin gets 15th. Josh gets 17th. Those dudes are killing it. Starling got 18th. Moran's 19th. Not bad. Noren actually had a really bad race, I feel like, in 20th. Freddie Noren. I feel like he's a pretty fast guy, at least outdoors. Last year as well. I'm not sure if he was 250 or not, but I feel like he had like a top 10 or 2 last year. So that's it. Obviously, Eli won. Not too much to say about him. You know, I really did thought he threw it away, but Sexton just didn't have a good night. If Sexton had a good night, he would have left. He would have left all those guys. But it's A1. People were eating absolute crap in practice, so some guys were beat up. Some guys were probably just nervous. Like, all right, like we need to just get out of this alive. And everyone in the 450 class did, I think. Shane McElrath had a horrible crash in the heat race, so I think he's fine, which is good. Obviously, Malcolm's good. So I think as far as 450s, I think everyone's okay. There were some gnarly crashes, but I mean, even Anderson, I don't know how he's not injured from those two crashes in practice. I mean, those things were insane. So yeah, Oakland's going to be crazy. I hope it's a mutter, only because I want the point stings to shake up. I don't see Tomac winning in a muddy race. I don't even think you can predict who's going to win in a mutter. I mean, that's all about starts and just... I don't even know. Like, I haven't seen a muddy race in so long. Apparently AP likes the mud. Ferrandis, Muscan, those are some technical guys that maybe like it. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And, yeah, hit that sub button if you're still here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.